Formula E, the sport that sounds more like a Toshiba 14N41B CRT TV than an actual car. Despite the fact that it has less atmosphere than a game of golf, Formula E has made a name for itself in the past few years, and a good one at that. The inaugural season of Formula E was 2014, and ever since we have seen big names like Pascal Wehrlein, Stoffel Vandoorne, Jean-Eric Vergne, Jarno Trulli, Felipe Massa, and everyone's favourite DJ, Jaime Alguersuari. So this made me think, is Formula E perfect for ex-Formula 1 drivers? So, if you're selfish like me and would rather kill the planet than watch electric motorsport, you may not have been engaged in Formula E. Allow me to give you a quick summary. The first ever Formula E race took place in Beijing 2014. The race was very eventful, with a rather large crash between Nick Heidfeld and Nicolas Prost occurring on the final lap whilst battling for the race lead. Heidfeld's car bounced in the air and came down like a rag doll. The winner of that race was... Lucas di Grassi. Remember him? He drove the Virgin car in 2010. Had many seasons in GP2, rivaling Sean Galeo's record. First season of Formula E was won by Nelson Piquet Jr., who was only 1 point ahead of Buemi, so the viewers were spoiled with competition. Unlike Formula 1, the Constructors' Championship was won by E-Dams, ahead of the Dragon Racing team. Yes, their team was called Dragon Racing, and I'd bet a lot of money that it was named by a 4-year-old child. The season had half the number of races than Formula 1, which is understandable considering the tracks look like someone just whacked concrete walls in a random street. Seriously though, the tracks are absolutely tiny. Think Monaco, but everywhere. This is one of the reasons that the sport doesn't really appeal to me, but I know a lot of people love it for this very reason, so it's not an insult. From 2015 to 19, di Grassi won the championship, di Grassi won a second championship, Vergne won a championship, Vergne won a second championship, and Antonio Felix da Costa won a championship. This brings us to the 2020 to 21 season, which is still postponed, however it looks promising nevertheless. The series was just granted the FIA World Championship status due to the fact it has 4 manufacturers and 3 continents. Well, that was until Audi and BMW decided to bugger off after 21. I'm still convinced that Mercedes' arrival made them crap themselves.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
In Formula E's short life, it has gone through 2 phases, Gen 1 and Gen 2. I'll be honest with you now, I really did not like the Gen 1 cars. They look like Poundland Formula 1 cars, to the extent where they did look like big toys. I'd rather be forced to look at the 2014 Caterer. The cars were uncomfortably long too. They looked as long as the list of girls' numbers on my phone, so they were long enough to span the English Channel. There were also some horrible winglets across the top of the wing, and sorry, I've got to unleash the inner Visco girl in me and say that it wasn't very
aesthetic.
Although I am lacking a pack of pastel highlighters. However, for the 2018 to 2019 season, the Gen 2 cars were introduced, which was a very big step up. With the awesome new designs came some cool features such as attack mode. I know, when I first read it, I thought I was reading a How to Train a Tiger article. Attack mode is actually really cool, and it's essentially a slower line that drivers can take to receive a power boost. To be fair, this did make the already exciting races more exciting. Now, how have ex-Formula 1 drivers benefited? Formula E offer a less stressful step down for drivers without having the pressure of competing in a top tier of motorsport. This allows the drivers like Vergne and di Grassi to really show what they're made of. This gives drivers such as Bruno Senna, Stoffel Vandoorne and Pascal Wehrlein a second chance. On the other hand, it's given drivers like Nick de Vries something to do whilst waiting for Formula 1. In my opinion, he certainly deserves a Formula 1 seat. I wouldn't be surprised if we'll eventually see drivers like Alexander Albon in Formula E because it keeps their drivers in the media, which is good. On the other hand of the spectrum, you could argue that Formula E is essentially a motorsport retirement home. For example, Felipe Massa, Karen Chandok, I thought he was in his 50s, Jerome D'Ambrosio, Nick Heidfeld, and Vitantonio Liuzzi. So is Formula E a perfect step down from Formula 1? Absolutely. It's a unique, intense sport with a large following that certainly isn't shy to take on ex-Formula 1 drivers. Furthermore, it's also very handy for drivers waiting for their first or second attempt at F1, like Nick de Vries and Stoffel Vandoorne. Probably won't get another shot, but anyway, they were my thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please remember to subscribe to the channel because it would really help me out. Make sure you like the video, and if you do those things, I will see you all in the next video.